You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
Cardi B's responding to the backlash after she announced last week that she is pregnant with Stefon Diggs' child. Not only that, she's addressing Crissle from The Read, and Crissle's responding to the backlash that she's received since talking about this on her podcast. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So this is an unusual video, and this is going to be a long one because there's a lot of stuff that we have to play. I will say this, for those that are used to the channel not using profanity and derogatory comments, please understand this particular video, parental discretion is advised, including for your own ears, okay? Because there's a lot of cussing from various people in this video. Just a heads up, okay? But first, let me show you this audio from The Read podcast. And The Read, I've been listening to for years. Do I always agree with them? No, but I tell you guys this all the time. I don't listen or watch certain folks because I agree with everything that they talk about. And that's what I love about our community. You guys don't always agree with me, but it's all about how you share your opinion. But this particular episode, I did kind of cringe listening to Crissle talk about Cardi B. And I'll explain that after we take a listen to what she had to say. And I'll stop and go and things like that. We're going to use this under the fair use because we're doing this research and reporting purposes. So take a listen to what Crissle had to say on this past week's episode of The Read.
Immediate concerns about the welfare of the children. It is just, I'm just like, girl, you have 3 babies already that you admittedly hate.
Right.
And have said that you wanted to murder.
And not even divorced from.
And not even divorced from yet.
Yeah.
And you just met this new kid that you're still getting to know, and you're like, yep, sign me up for another one.
Yeah.
That's not a decision I would make or suggest. But hey.
No, I'm not okay with this. I can't just, it's your pussy, so it's your business. Like, technically, yes, that's true. And a lot of the Cardi stans are going to respond, well, she got the money. I'm not talking about, if money was all it took to raise kids, the Trump kids wouldn't be held like they are. Trump wouldn't be held like he is.
I will say this, when she brought up that point, I was like, well, she's got a valid point with that. It's not just about money, and I know that's the big topic, but that's the same thing that we've talked about when we were talking about Nick Cannon. And literally, I believe it's in this episode too, she talks about Nick Cannon as well and how she doesn't like what Nick Cannon has been doing by spreading his seed all over the country and having multiple children. Just because you have money doesn't mean that's going to make you a good parent, and that your children won't be traumatized by the fact that you're bringing them in this type of environment.
It's not just money. You also need parents who are very mindful and deliberate about bringing you into the world and choosing to guide you to adulthood. That is how we raise decent, good people. Yo mama out here giving her pussy to whoever that she wants to and keeping whatever y'all drop off in her uterus is crazy. I was expecting so much more out of Cardi B because you are not just some broke, bored bitch in the Bronx who don't have else to do.
I know the girls in the Bronx were like, excuse me?
Oh, I ain't got nothing to do today. I ain't got no money to go out. Let me just get pregnant. Like, you have a life. You have a career. You have things to work towards and work for. Like, I just cannot.
Well, she's a street bitch. I think this show is older than her time in the strip club. Like she, you know what I mean? Like she's Cardi B, yes, and Met Gala now. And you would like to think that people will go, oh, wow, things to live for, access time to do better and be better.
Or having 3 kids already, maybe because you have so much money, it's not really hitting you because other people are doing so much of the actual day-to-day childcare work. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
This was a part that triggered a lot of people in regards to Crissle talking about Cardi's mothering. We're going to get into what Cardi B had to say in response to this.
Hitting you how much kids really do need a solid foundation and need their parents to be locked in and engaged with them. You say, oh, well, my kids are fine because it's an assortment of nannies to take care of them 24/7. Your children will be hurting for the lack of their father's presence in their life. If their father is either lacking because he's a healthy, great dad who's simply not around anymore, or lacking because they deserve a healthy, great dad who's not there and never was there because that's not Offset or who he is or what he does. Either way, the children lose. Blossom just turned 1, meaning you were fully pregnant. You talking about going on tour in February. All right, it's mid-September now. So I'm guessing that means you're knocking on your last trimester.
I would guess.
So you're going to give birth to this baby probably near the end of the year, towards the top of the year, and then spend 6 weeks in surgery and tour rehearsal.
The surgery part kind of threw me. And look, we know people have done that before. They've given birth and they do the little mommy makeover and things like that. But when she brought up the surgery and then subsequently says some other things about surgery and what can happen on the surgery table, I was just like, okay, this is where I started to sort of cringe. And look, this wouldn't be the first time that I've cringed at something that's been said on a podcast or the Read podcast. But that's the Read podcast. That's why they're called the Read.
Then do what? Go on stage and do nothing. I went back and watched Cardi B's performances after she came back after having culture. Some of the most boring you've ever seen in your life. And not because of the performance itself.
That's where I have to disagree. I know what performance she's talking about, but one thing I can say about Cardi B is that when she performs and she's doing her visuals, when she actually has a project out, she really puts 1,000% into what she's doing. That's the one thing that I can appreciate. I know what performance Crissle's talking about, but there have been so many other performances from Cardi B. I'm like, this woman really is talented, really does have the it factor. No matter how you feel about her music or her flow or whatever, and if you're Barty Gang or if you're Barb's, because I already told you this. I did a little quick TikTok a few weeks ago where I said, please understand, you can be a fan of Nicki Minaj and be a fan of Cardi B. I am. I'm a fan of both.
Oh, it's great colors and costumes and dancers and musicians. There's a bunch of going on. You know who not doing nothing? Cardi. Laying down on a round table and letting that spin around for half the performance and then getting up and having salsa dance her and twirl her ass around on stage for a little while. You waited all this goddamn time to release another album just to get pregnant in the middle of this album being done and preparing for why? You don't know how to use your butt?
I didn't realize that Crissle was such a Cardi B fan. At least that's what it was giving to me. I was like, oh, wow, she's really disappointed. That's what I got from listening to this rant. I felt like, oh, Crissle's really disappointed because I think Crissle is speaking for a lot of people that are fans of Cardi B, including some Barty Gang fans as well, that were like, oh my God, why did you get pregnant right now? People have been waiting on this album for such a long time. The Barbs are looking for you to... I think a lot of people are invested, maybe too invested, in someone else's life and career. But also people are looking at Cardi and this situation with Stefan like, that's really like the rebound. Maybe he is something more, and in time we will see, but involving now getting pregnant with someone you just kind of rebounding with. I hate to call him the rebound, but he is, in a way. She literally is still married to Offset, but they're not together.
What? You never heard of condoms? You never heard of the IUD? You never heard of the pill? You decided to get pregnant by you cheated on your husband with? Why?
Why are we saying that she cheated? Because we know Offset cheated on Cardi multiple times. I think Cardi admitted. I guess that was her get back at Offset. But regardless, Offset has cheated on Cardi many, many times. And she said she was done. And I listened to her album and I listened to the song that she did. Was it Man of My Word or something like that? Man of Your Word or something like that. And you could hear the hurt. Because I think she would have rode at dawn for Offset and she would have still be with Offset. But I think Offset she just said, I've given you too many chances. I heard the hurt in her voice in that song.
This is just dumb. This is so stupid. You are bringing a whole new person into the world, girl. It's not playtime. It's not that ugly ass Labubu Kid Fury just got. It's not some toy.
The Labubu is like, how are we getting it? And look, for those that are watching the video version of this, y'all see my Labubu. I got an ugly little Labubu. He's not ugly, though. He's cute. He's cute, okay? And now Kid Fury has his own Labubu, too. I get it, Kid Fury. We see each other on this one because I was like, I love my Labubu, too. I haven't named him yet, but maybe I'm named. No, I'm not going to. Never mind.
You can just toss around and it don't matter how it feel about nothing. It don't matter about its circumstances. This is a human being.
Don't listen to her. You look completely
I just can't believe this dumb. Of all the time, you had so much time to push out however many kids you wanted to. You chose the most pivotal moment, getting ready to release your sophomore album and finally go on tour because you canceled it the last time. Why? Kids. To finally do that, and now you're like, oh, as soon as I had I'm ready. I've been stretching. I'm getting my body ready. You're getting ready to go lay down and pray that mommy makeover don't kill you like it do so many other women, and then do you a little boom cack.
See, that's where I cringed. I was like, okay, look, we know that that's happened to other mothers and things like that. Cardi never said that she was going to be doing this anyway. Cardi does address this. We will get to Cardi's response. But I cringe because, God forbid, let's say she does and something happens. I would hate the fact that I may have said something and put out into the universe where I've said that and it happens. I didn't like that. I cringed when she said it. I was like, oh, like I get the passion. I get where you're coming from, Crissle, with this. But I felt like that was just too far, in my opinion.
1-2 sidestep on that tour. I hope you girls are ready for her to give you nothing but unnatural hips, a ridiculous look at what I guarantee you, like she said, she gonna have Hennessy put her in that faja 3 seconds after she's done giving birth because don't nothing matter to her more than the way she looks. An actual show, you can forget about it.
Put in what?
Knowing Cardi, though, this is going to motivate her to give you guys even a better show and prove everybody wrong.
A faja, you know, the girdle that the
that's what it's called?
girdle, yeah.
Like a waist
That's the
thing?
Spanish word for, yeah. For the girdle waist training thing. Like, Hennessy, give me the faja. Yes, because don't nothing matter to you more than that. I'm sure you got the surgery already scheduled. And that'll be what you consider tour prep. This after we have
Girls
waited
really be at home
7-8 years.
folding laundry. just wear this all day long.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And it's like, whatever. You care a lot about that, and that's y'all's prerogative. I just don't understand being so cavalier about creating a new life and then being like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm working so hard and I'm doing all this while I'm making a baby. That was optional. You did not have to make a baby right now. Only God knows why you did that stupid.
God knows I have like a guess I'd put some money on, but I already said it.
Talking about me and my man, you know, he make me feel so safe, obviously, because he like bigger than me. But, you know, also just, you know, he was like, let me heal you. And I was like, okay. All right. So you were tired of the lying, cheating, scamming ass rapper. And you said, let me go get me an ugly ass athlete with rape allegations and...
Pause. I was like, he's got grape allegations? The other part of that is because I feel like some of the stories about Stefan Diggs are mixing up with Stefan's brother as well. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Stefan Diggs. I'm learning. But I did hear a rumor that he just had 2 babies and he's in the middle of a paternity situation. And then there's that element of those 2 babies were within months of each other. So this would be his 3rd child with Cardi, but he did an interview saying that he wanted a boy. And if you listen to one of her songs from her new project, she's talking about giving him a boy. So I'm assuming that maybe this baby she's about to give birth to is a boy. I don't know.
Multiple kids on the way, allegations, all kinds of impropriety. Again, allegations, because anybody can say anything, but they are allegations. They're out there. You said, let me go get me a professional athlete instead. And then getting on video and stuff talking about, it's so crazy having my man, because like I work, but I don't work like he work. Like he very strict. He get up at the same time and he eat very specific food. And well, like yeah, he takes his job seriously, girl. That man is an athlete.
That's like bare minimum. He's a professional athlete.
He has to take care of his body. You don't work out.
Up and eat breakfast.
You stretch.
I don't like how people are downplaying stretching. Stretching is so important, especially as you get older. I've learned that in the last year or two in regards to why. I mean, I also work out and I do Pilates and things like that. And some of y'all downplay Pilates like, oh, it's just stretching. No. It's more than just stretching. Ask any musclehead that tried to do Pilates and they were like, oh my gosh, it's more than stretching. It is. But I also go to get stretched separately because stretching is so important. I've seen doctors talk about the importance of stretching, but they were trying to downplay stretching and how important that is. But I'm sure she's going to do more than stretching, y'all.
You stretch
What
and then go lay down.
You need process. Okay, yeah. She's exercising. She's doing her lunges.
No.
They said this morning, I heard her, Crissle, this morning. She told Gayle King she does her bent over rows.
You wanted to hear that.
She does. She does.
No, because I watched it twice.
Dad said she takes care of her body. She stretches it out. Excuse me?
That lets you know how much movement she plans on doing on that stage for this tour. Y'all have fun. I'm going to listen to the album. I am. But I cannot I can't picture me spending money on a ticket to go see that girl get on stage and have everybody else put on the show. I don't see that.
Because I know there are some.
Also, the Reed, they're huge fans of Beyonce's. And that's an expectation. Like, if I'm going to go see someone perform live and I've seen Beyonce, like, you got to make sure you're bringing it.
Women who are performers who've had babies or rehearsed or had, like women who have been in similar situations where they either just had a baby or are about to have a baby and going on tour or have a big show.
So let's move on because Cardi B is, she be on Spaces and she responds. So I wasn't sure what her response would look or sound like, but she's also in album rollout mode. So her response was actually very, very laid back in comparison to some of her other clapbacks. But take a listen to what Cardi B had to say. And she doesn't mention Crissle, at least not in this clip. She doesn't mention Crissle directly, but she responds to the things that Crissle said in her rant. So clearly, she's talking about what Crissle said from the read. Let's take a listen to what Crissle... And sidebar, I've seen so many think pieces on this. I didn't realize... I saw this all playing out late last night. And I'm seeing so many think pieces of people, what they think about Crissle, that they haven't listened to the read in a long time because of certain things. I mean, I've listened... That's probably one... I only listen to maybe like literally a handful of podcasts. Literally, on one hand, the amount of podcasts that I listen to. Because I'm very sensitive. You guys know I'm very sensitive to voices and things that I listen to. But I do listen to the reads still over the... Because I also find them very funny. Listen to what Cardi B had to say, though, in response to what they said.
However, right now in my life, I'm my life and everything, because I just feel like so many people like expected certain things from me. Like, I think people like wanted me to leave my old relationship and then like be single for like 2 years and then come back out and date a rich white billionaire and move to Dubai and like that, whatever but that's not me. That's not what's going on in my life right now. However, right now in my life, I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. And, I have my choices. I do choices. Whatever is my choices is my destiny. You know what I'm saying? One day I might be happy. The next year I might not. But you know what? I made that choice and I'm a grown woman and I do and it is what it is. But one thing about my choices in life, one thing I don't ever regret is my kids. So I really don't give up. To me, my kids is always going to be a blessing. And another thing is that it's like, some people have so many different opinions about what I do, right? I might not be the best. Well, I feel like I'm the best at everything I do. But some people might have opinion on my work, right? You might think I'm not the best dressed. You might not think I'm the best rapper. You might not think I'm the best at something. But one thing nobody could fool me or tell me is about my motherhood. Like that title, I'll be up for that title because one thing I know I am is I'm a great mother. And I take a lot of pride for that. I think
As she should. I think talking about someone's parenting, because everyone parents very differently and no parent is perfect. And that's one thing, especially when talking about celebrities or when we recap any of these reality shows here on the channel, talking about someone's parenting, yes, we can critique and we can talk and say, would that be me? But I also am very mindful. I'm not a parent. I don't have children. I'm also not a woman. So even talking about pregnancy and someone being pregnant and what this means, because that's the larger conversation. There are a lot of people that are debating, pregnancy while you're trying to work, and there, especially in this music and entertainment industry, the execs, the suits, some of the people that have never given birth, they really try to make it seem like, oh my God, you're pregnant, it's over for you. That used to be a huge thing back in the day. It seems like it's still there, but people don't necessarily say it outright. I don't know if people are still saying it behind the scenes. I'm sure the people over at her record label, Atlantic, probably had concerns, or she probably got ahead of the concerns and said, everything's going to be fine. I remember in my freshman year in college, my professor was pregnant. And I remember her saying, because I think someone said something, she's like, I'm pregnant, but I'm not handicapped. So there's still a lot of things that she can do, and she's proving that. She's doing that right now. But of course, there will be a period of time where she'll have to rest. But that will, the timing of it all will work out because it's the holidays, and no one will be doing much of anything during the holidays. But coming at someone for their parenting, again, especially, we don't know what kind of parent Cardi is. We can only know based off of what we've seen on social media, but that's not going to tell us how much of a parent she is or how good of a parent she is. And again, everyone parents very differently.
People don't understand. I don't know what people think. Like, do people think I live in Miami and my kids live in New York and like we far, far away from each other? No. I live with my kids. I live in New Jersey. My kids live in New Jersey. And let me tell you something about motherhood, right? Unless a man has you put up to be a housewife and you don't have a job and you wake up every single day to be a housewife and be a house mom and everything, you always gonna have to sacrifice some time to work and make money. Like, for example, right? My schedule is different, but most women in America, in the world, they have a 9 to 5. So because they have a 9 to 5, a lot of women spend time away during that 9 to 5 from their kids. Some of them cannot even pick them up at 3 o'clock. Some of them cannot drop them off to school because they got to be at their work at 9. That's what happens when you're a mom and you have a job. You sacrifice some time. So don't tell me that it's like, oh, you're not raising your kids because you got all this work. What are you talking about? When I had my daughter, Culture, and I was doing four to five different shows in a week, I had my kid with me. Then, of course, COVID came and everything, but I'm always with my kids. I live with my kids. You could see it in the attitudes of my children. Like me and my kids are like best friends. Like, because I see them almost every day, every single day. They know me and I know them very well. This ain't no nanny, this and that. Like, yes, I have people that help me with my kids, but this ain't no, oh, I just dropped them off and somebody else is raising them for me. It's very clear that that's not what I do. Second, sorry, I'm getting my makeup done. Like, no woman can tell me, especially a woman that don't have kids, can tell me what it's like to have kids and what I do. Nobody can tell me, about motherhood. They don't have no kids. So don't even do that. Sorry, I'm getting my makeup done. Like, for real. And this is another thing too. Every single time I'm knocked up and everything, like, this is why I wait to say that I'm knocked up when I'm like almost done with my pregnancy, because so many people not even wish you, so many people just put so many negativity on your pregnancy. If you are a Barty gang, and if you are a Barty gang, when I came out and I said I was pregnant with Culture, so many started picking on me and started like trying me while I was pregnant. Then when I said I was pregnant with Wave, Yeah, I used to see how bloggers the next day they would start saying the most crazy and absurd. Like they love to pick on you when you're knocked up. That's why I don't even like saying that I'm knocked up when I'm knocked up, because it's like people just like to pick on you. They wish bad on you. They try to bring you stress. They try to bring you stress, not only stress, but they might wish you something so nasty on you and in your life that is weird. Like for example, like why would you say, and I hope you don't die on a mommy makeover, and you know I got 4 kids, and that's another narrative about me that is kind of weird that you guys say that for a woman to say, because this is how I know you know me. After I gave birth to my son, I ain't got surgery. I did surgery 2 years after on my body. And with Blossom, I didn't have surgery after Blossom at all. I didn't get surgery after Blossom. I didn't. I didn't touch my body one time. So you just saying things just to say things. And as a grown woman in your 40s with no kids, you talking about, and I hope you don't die on a table, knowing that I have 4 children. Like it's just very dark and it's very nasty. And like I said, I do understand, because I do understand how people kind of want have an expectation of me and kind of wanted something from me, but it's like I don't know. It's just that was just kind of disgusting to say about me, and then like to play with my motherhood. Like you could never, ever, 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 ever. Yes, women with jobs have to sacrifice time away from their kid. It's no different from a 9 to 5, baby. You don't think women that don't have a 9 to 5 wish they could wake up, take their kids to school, go to Pilates or take a nap until it's time to pick the kids up, and then just cook and read them a bedtime story and blah blah blah. That's not everybody's reality. You don't know that though, because you don't have kids. Me, I don't have a 9 to 5, but there's times that it's like, okay, I have to sacrifice a week or two away from my kids so I can make this bread so they can have a good life. My kids are smart as my kids have everything that I never had. And you know what? It's more, and you're right. It is more than just like, oh, she have money. She have money. She could raise them. Blah blah blah. It's more than money. But guess what? Besides money and besides me providing for my kids, I also give them a lot of time and a lot of love. That's why you see that my daughter is super attached to me. That's why my son loves sleeping next to me, tucked with me. My daughter too. And my new baby, she loves me. So you can't talk to me about my motherhood, baby girl. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I don't know if you upset at yourself at life because you have an expectation of yourself. You wanted something for yourself and you don't have it. But don't put that on me. Cause I could judge you. I could be talking about what you was doing when you was 33. You know what I'm saying? That's none of my business. And if you want to be in my business, I get it. Cause I am a celebrity. But you're not gonna be wishing all type of weird on me. And you're not gonna be talking about what I take pride in the most. Cause I don't play that. No one can play me. No one can ever play me on this. And that's a fact. It's weird. And then y'all wonder why, oh my gosh, Cardi, you big. We know you're pregnant and stuff like that. Let me say it in my time, because so many people wish you so many crazy ass. Like, why are you crying that I'm locked up? Like, it's like, is this your baby? How you mad at me? And I'm happy for myself. I'm happy. I'm excited. I love every fucking kick, even if it hurt me. Every kick, every punch, every elbow, I love. And you out here just saying the most weirdest. Like, come on now. Why would you say like, hope you don't die? Just weird. It's kind of weird. But again, um again, I could flame and violate, but it's like I'm not even on that type of time. I feel very, very, very blessed right now. I feel very, very blessed. Streams are doing good. Sales are doing good. My album is doing amazing. In the name of Jesus Christ, everything at home is going really, really smooth. I'm having a very smooth week. I'm having a very good week. And I feel very, very loved by so many fans that I'm meeting every single day. I mean, I know that my online fans are showing me so much love. And then like when you see fans also in person, and it's like, wow, so many people love me. So many people support me. And that's all that matters. And by the way, to my fans online and offline and everything, y'all my kids, aunts and uncles. So y'all already know what's up when it comes to these. Y'all have another one.
So that's Cardi B's response to Crissle from The Read and what Crissle had to say. So apparently there was a lot of social media reaction to this story. So Crissle decided to post on her TikTok a response because I guess there's been various narratives, including because Crissle went back to school. If you listen to her podcast, she went back to school to not to become a therapist, but to learn more about mental health. So she clarifies that in this video. Take a listen to what Crissle from The Read had to say to all of the backlash.
Hi, guys. Hi, Lena Bates. Hi, mommy, baby girl. Hi. Y'all are really mad. I forgot how exhilarating it is to have this many people pissed off. It's been a while, so I just wanted to clear something up real quick. Like, please continue to have your hashtag discourse. But I'm seeing a lot of that's not appropriate for a therapist to say. What kind of therapist talks like that? I just want to be super clear that I am not a therapist. I have a master's degree in mental health counseling, but I am not licensed. I am not practicing. I do not see clients. And that's very deliberate. I did that on purpose because, number one, I never had any intention of changing careers. Therapists make a lot less than I do on average. And I went to school to learn, not to do something different with my life. I wanted to understand how my
That is such a Virgo thing to say. But shout out to all the Virgos. She's also a Virgo. Happy belated birthday, Crissle. That was such a Virgo thing to do. Like, I'm not interested in the career, but I want to learn about it. Such a Virgo.
therapist was able to help me and do so. So it was just, therapy was really a life-changing experience for me. So I wanted to understand how she did that. And now I know. And I take that education with me. Obviously, it's impossible to separate that from my thoughts and feelings, whatever else. It obviously influences the things I have to say. But I am not a therapist. I haven't been a therapist since I graduated over a year ago. And so I did not want to be bound by all of the rules, regulations, ethics, moral standards, all that therapists have to worry about. I don't have to worry about because I got my degree and left. In New York, you had to do another 3,000 hours post-grad to be licensed. There's exams you have to sit for. I just was never interested in doing that. So I hope this helps. I'm assuming most of you who are mad are Cardi stans or super fans because I've said the same thing about Cam Newton, Nick Cannon, countless other men, even in the same episode. I went straight from dragging Nick Cannon to dragging Cardi B, but y'all are just mad about the Cardi thing, which lets me know this is for y'all to deal with respectfully. This is not on me. I'm very consistent when it comes to kids. I don't play about kids. And that is something that really got solidified in the pursuit of my degree. I learned a lot about child development and child psychology. And so I feel more strongly now than ever that y'all need to be doing right by these kids and not deliberately bringing them into chaos and confusion. So hope this helps. Really loving all this engagement. Keep it up. Thanks so much. Bye.
Here's the thing. I don't want to compare Cardi's situation to the Nick Cannon of it all, but I get where she's coming from because let's be very clear. Cardi is in a relationship with Stefan Diggs. This is only her second baby's father, okay? She only has 4 children, or about to have 4 children, with 2 different babies' father. Nick Cannon has, 6 different babies' mothers and 12 kids. I know he likes to pretend like he's in a relationship with 1 or 2 of them, and he was married to Mariah. But the situations, although I get where Crissle's coming from in regards to what this could possibly do to children as they're developing and the trauma and things like that, I don't know if I would even compare the two, because I think people were accusing her of misogyny and like, why don't you talk about men this way? But she does talk about men this way. And literally in that same episode, she was talking about Nick Cannon. But I want to be very clear. I don't believe that the Nick Cannon and the Cardi B situation is the same at all. However, I think Crissle did speak to what a lot of people have been saying on social media, including people that are Cardi B fans. But here's the thing. You are a fan. You do not know this woman. And even if you do know this woman, even if you are, maybe some of the same concerns are being expressed by her friends and family. I don't know. But at the end of the day, when we say your body, your choice, we have to really mean that in every sense of the word. It really is her body. It really is her choice. And do I think that this is going to be chaos and confusion for the children? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I do think the Nick Cannon of it all, that is a lot of chaos and confusion, because that's multiple different people that are involved now, multiple mothers across the country. It's not like they're all living under one roof. And especially now with Nick Cannon saying that his reaction to his divorce from Mariah Carey was trauma. And I know I said in this video, I do feel like Stefon Diggs is a rebound, but that doesn't mean a rebound can't turn into a full-fledged relationship. I don't know, but at the end of the day, does that affect my life? It doesn't. But I also understand Crissle, who has a degree in psychology, is thinking about, well, it might not affect Stefon Diggs, it might not affect Cardi B, but you don't know what you're doing to the child. Can we change that? That's the bigger part of this. We can't change it. We can all express our opinions. We all have a microphone. They've been doing it for 10 plus years. We can all express our opinions, but at the end of the day, it doesn't affect our lives directly. And all we can do is wish Cardi B and the children the best in this situation. The same way that we can wish the best for Nick Cannon's children. They didn't choose the life that he created for them. We can just wish them the best. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this saga. I did not expect to talk about a story like this, but anytime where content creators, bloggers, podcasters get involved with celebrities, we're going to talk about it. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. And don't forget, we will be uploading this to the Kempire podcast, so make sure you're subscribed there for our live recaps, but also exclusive episodes as well, including Club Kempire, our paid Apple Podcast subscription. And while you're there, do me a favor, because it's so important, be sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. As always, thank you all for watching and for listening.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Don't forget to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. For more information on the podcast, head on over to KempireRadio.com.